The Odyssey. Directed and written by Christopher Nolan. This is based off of Homer's old tale of yore. So, this is a star-studded cast written by Matt Damon. Not written by, acted by Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, and Tom Holland, to name a few of them. As far as you know, the star-studded cast, many of whom have worked at some point or capacity with Chris Nolan before. It's his 13th directed film for the general public at the very least, and historic that is shot on 70mm IMAX and 65mm stock. So, going to this film, both has his reputation to precede it, both in production as well as direction. So it begs the question, does this movie disappoint? Does this movie disappoint? The answer is, well, I have to say that I think that it does not disappoint. I sat through the movie for almost 3 hours, was not bored, which is a feat in itself, at least for myself. So the sequences, it has some problematic sequences at the beginning. It takes off slowly, and it's blocked and directed very stagily, so if that's something that would bother you, that's something that you might need to take note. But I think it eventually picks up, and it ends up going through a dislinear, not linear, pathway forward in how it tells its story. So there's something else, if you do not like that. That's something that you need to know. So consequently, Nolan takes some liberties with the source material. Some people might take issue with that, but I generally think it takes the spirit and understands the spirit of the story, which, let's be honest, nobody wants to see the same iteration of anything always. I mean, you can pick up an older movie or a copy, a TV movie, whatever it is, and see that if you want slavish accuracy. Essentially, slavish accuracy to everything is not in this movie. What can I say? What can I say? So, the movie, it goes on location. It generally uses very little CG. It does use some CG and superimposition when necessary, but it's mostly shot on location, done with actual ships, actual people, actual horses, generally throughout. It did remind me of some of the old Ray Harryhausen type of films in that way. It's not saturated with CG. So many films are today, and it's got, essentially a very gruesome scene that reminded me of the 1990 version of Witches. But regardless, it should be, I don't know, I think this movie is going to be in consideration for the award consideration later this fall. I think it deserves it. It's got, technically, it's profound, and it's got performances, like with Anne Hathaway to be particular. It's astounding. It's very, very well done, very well crafted. It's its craft. It is a old epic tale that people will see, that you've seen before in movies like Star Wars and whatever else, but an older version of that, essentially. But told in its own way, and doesn't come across as a rehash of anything outside of the original source material, perhaps. So yeah, again, it's very stagey at the beginning. The dialogue I don't love always, but particularly in the beginning. But I think that it picks up, and it just keeps moving from there. It's essentially as hot and keeps on going. But your mileage may vary if you did not like some of those things that I mentioned before. So essentially, for myself, I was not a big fan of Dunkirk. I ultimately liked this movie very much. It's very well done. It is probably my favorite movie Chris Nolan has done ever. Certainly top 3, 100%. Yeah, I mean, the movie is a horror movie in parts, and also a squash-buckling epic in others. This movie is a 10 out of 10 for me. A marvel in its own way. It's going to get something. It's going to be in consideration for something awards time, because I don't see anything else that you could say that would beat it out when it comes to many categories. So, yeah, 10 out of 10. Go see the movie. Any controversy, I don't think it matters. Go see the movie.